Welcome back to the Sunbelt Conference Social Suite here at Sunbelt Conference Football Media Day. We just got through speaking with the South Alabama student-athlete representatives, and now we're bringing in the head man himself. We've got the head coach of the South Alabama Jaguars, Joey Jones, the 2013 Sunbelt Coach of the Year. Coach, thanks so much for stopping by and giving us some of your time today.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
All right, now, you're the first coach that we've gotten the chance to talk to, so we've asked all the players how active they are on social media. So how active are you on social media, since this is the social suite and this is where we're getting all the questions?
Well, I'm learning. You know, this Twitter thing is kind of a new thing for me. I finally had to learn how to do it, and I tell you, it's critical. Nowadays, you've got to do it. There's no more the old ways of doing things, writing letters and making phone calls. We can't call them anyway during this time, during the recruiting time. So, but you can tweet them. Am I saying that right? Tweet or Twitter?
That's
you
right.
can tweet them.
You got it. You got it down.
And so, yeah, that's been real big for us because you can communicate with these guys pretty much throughout the year.
Absolutely. Now, of course, that's where we're getting all of our questions, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, We got a question about the seal fit training that your team did. So tell us a little bit about that and why that was something that you really wanted to implement this offseason.
Well, my son gave me a book called The Way of the Seal, which was written by Mark Devine, who runs the seal fit. So anyway, make a long story short, I ended up calling him, and I was going to fly to California, learn some of their techniques. But I said, you know, it'd be much better if we can bring him here and bring their guys here or to Mobile. And we ended up bringing 6 of their guys there to Mobile, brought them in, and they came and worked the kids out, gave them about an hour and a half of presentation. We talked about mental toughness, and it was a great thing for our football program. Probably one of the best things we've ever done.
Well, Chris and Malik, who were just in here, talked about how it really helped with creating that team unity. Was that something that, again, was a part of trying to bring this aspect in? Yeah,
as a coach, you're always looking for any edge you can find. You know, in the Sunbelt Conference, you know, games are won most of the time by 1, 2, or 3 points. There are a lot of close games. So any edge you can find, we need to find it. So I think that's something that's been great for us. It really brought our team together. Also taught our players how to fight through and go to the edge of the cliff, so to speak. You know, I think sometimes young men kind of stop before they get to the edge of the cliff, and I think they learned, hey, we go this far, and then stop right there at the end and really push yourself, and I think they learned how to do that.
Well, you mentioned those close games, lots of close games last season. Actually had a question about that from Carlton Warnberg on the Sunbelt Conference Facebook page, saying that, you know, lots of close losses last season, 1, 2, 3 points like you mentioned. So what are the things that you guys have been working on this off season, like the seal fit training, just trying to improve and turn those losses into wins this season?
Well, in my opinion, games are won or lost before you get to the game. So our preparation from January until that game starts, to me, a lot of it's done by then. So are you going to be the guy that has attention to detail? Are you going to be a very disciplined person? Are you going to be the kind of guy we can count on? And so we were preaching that to them throughout the whole off season. We're holding them accountable for every little thing. You know, if they're 5 seconds late for a meeting, then they're going to pay a punishment for that. And so our guys have really bought in, and they understand that it's a fine line to winning some of these games in the Sunbelt Conference, and we better do things right to have a chance.
Another question that we got from Twitter this time, it was from Eddie Lerma 3. Will the playoff system make it easier and actually possible for a Sunbelt team to be in one of the premier bowl games?
Well, sure. I think it does. It's a difficult process to get there from where we are, but I think that the fact that they've opened it up to a couple more teams in a playoff situation, certainly it gives us a chance. And, you know, you control your own destiny. It's just like somebody asked me, what are your goals? And our goals are to win the conference championship and get in a bowl game, and so we want to be in a bowl game, and so to be able to get in a major bowl, you got to play well. You got to hit that 10-win type deal to have a chance to do that. You know, like Northern Illinois has done last couple of years and gotten in, and you know, the Boise States of the world, and they've gotten in. So it can be done. It's a tough process, but it can be done.
Another question that we've got from the Sunbelt Conference Facebook page from Patrick Dunnigan. What newcomers on the team do you expect to make an immediate impact this fall? Who are the guys that really stood out to you?
Okay, I'll start on defense. Jimmy Gibson's a defensive end, All-American guy from East Mississippi Junior College. He's got great potential. I feel like he can really play well. Theo Rich on the other end, defensive end, North Carolina State transfer. He was on our team last year but didn't play much. I think he's going to have a real good year. Offensively, coming in. We got Marvin Shin, who transferred from Alabama, big wide receiver, 6'4", 215 pounds. I think he can make an immediate impact. And then Brandon Bridge, our quarterback, I feel like he's a guy that played a little bit early last year, and then Ross Matheny ended up winning the job. But Brandon's having a great offseason, and I look for great things out of him.
One more question before we let you out of here. What is the challenge when facing new teams like Appalachian State, like Georgia Southern, those teams that are new to the conference who you haven't had the chance to play yet?
Well, it's tough anytime you play somebody for the first time. After you play them one time, you kind of get a feel for them, and you know kind of their decision-making process, and you get on the field and see their players. And because, when you watch film, it's not the same as seeing them live. And you're right, it's difficult the first time you play, but you just got to be prepared as best you can and go out there and try to win.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for stopping by. Best of luck this season. The Jaguars will be getting the season started on September 6th when they play at Kent State, so be sure to go ahead and mark it down on your calendars. We'll be back here on the Sunbelt Social Suite.